another day to live another fairy tale.
Hi, I'm Philipp Maywald and I'm talking about my hobby filmmaking and related topics here on YouTube. AI is all over the place. We can see a lot of videos out there now created by Veo 3 from Google, which seems to have made a big leap forward in video generation, and it can create audio along with the scene. I am using AI in form of LLMs for crafting texts or talking about ideas I have. And I use AI tools along with a traditional workflow like Magic Mask maybe, or set extensions with generative fill, or creating clean plates. But I was very reluctant to replace my workflow with just prompting for video generation, which doesn't make any sense because I'm doing this for a hobby here. And so why should I stop doing that and just text prompting instead? But now I stumbled upon the fact that I have access to Veo 3, which is included in my Envato Elements subscription. So I decided to give it a try, experiment a bit with it. And a couple of years ago, I released a VFX reel here on YouTube, which contains just some learning shots, but also some shots from short films I released here on YouTube. And I tried to recreate those with the help of Veo 3. And here's what I got. First things first. I am aware that that maybe not the perfect tool set for what I'm trying to do here. I think there are tools out there that can do that much better, but that is what I have access to. And I am limited to only be able to upload a single image, like a raw plate. And then I prompted which VFX elements I want to add on top of that, along with camera movement. So first shot should be a very easy task, and I remembered that.
You need to prove to me that you can do the shot. It just requires like a little bit of like compositing knowledge. A good baseline tell would be whether or not you can do a muzzle flash.
And here's my version. Looks very easy, right? But
you have to add multiple assets.
So I need to take single still images and put them on each frame.
Yeah. And that's where the art comes in, man. That's the art.
So let's give this over to AI and see what it comes up with. As I said before, the workflow is just to upload an image, and I take this one of me sitting with the gun and then posting a prompt what I want to have, like a muzzle flash and a shell exiting the barrel and camera movement. Whoa, not too bad. So it did that camera movement, like dolly out, which I requested. It has obviously a muzzle flash, two of them, and smoke. It created really a complete part of the room here. I think starting from here outward, it is completely created, not part of the image that I put into the engine. Don't know why I have two sewing machines like that and that one. Totally wrong is that it would never look so clean in my room like here.
Can we see a frame by frame of the muzzle flash? Because a true muzzle flash stands up to a frame by frame.
Okay, frame by frame. Yeah, you can see that, of course, obvious is that the flash is on the wrong position of the gun. But yeah, you can see that it's already causing some spill here on my arm, which looks quite good. And yeah, so now that is my version here. The spill is very more subtle, like just on the face and a little bit here on the wall. And yeah, what I don't like about mine is that it's really just one single frame where we have the flash. And that's a bit too boring maybe. Therefore you can see that the shell is exiting the gun here, and Also, smoke is a little subtle. In the AI version, we can see that there's a lot more spill going on here, which is quite interesting. Looks really good. What I really find interesting is that it has this shadow of me here on the chair, so that is quite convincing and selling. Yeah, but what is incorrect, in my opinion, and what you can also see if you play it in real time, is that in that moment the flash is already gone. So we don't have a source of light here, and still a lot of spill on the arm and on the face. So that is a bit off.
And that's where the art comes in, man. That's the art.
And then what is really strange is that it has a second shot going on here, looking completely different from the first one, which is also incorrect. And that one is like more from a black powder rifle and not just a pistol, in my understanding. So yeah, interesting. Okay, next shot should be some object insertion, just tracking the scene and adding objects. And here is my version of it. And yes, for that shot there's quite a bit of work to do, so I will break down what I have done to achieve that look. Camera tracking has to be done, the objects have to be created, like the display box itself, and it has to be put into the scene convincingly, like with the cobblestone and some grass to have a better transition into the real scene. The poster has to be designed, which is in the box. Complete HDRI has to be recorded to have the correct reflections on the glass surface from the real location, and some surface imperfections have to be added, like the moss and scratches on the screen, and some little details to sell that is for real in that setting. So let's find out if AI can do that as well. So again, I'm uploading the image of the empty space here and describing what I want. A customer's display, a visitor's display on the left lawn, some text it should state, glass front, reflections. Also added that bench in the background and flowers on the right lawn, which I did in my version. And also described how I wanted the camera to move through the scene, pan from right to left, and handheld camera shake. Yeah. Let's see what it comes up with. Oh yeah, that's it. So it has a really good movement of the camera. Extended the building on that side really good. What I find interesting is that it understood that the windows can be repeated. It doesn't have a clue about how, so that the distance is a bit off here from these both. Yeah, and then the display itself is not what I expected, but I haven't prompted very well. What is a problem with the AI at all is text. Totally understandable that the content of the display is not that good. Considering the reflections, there are reflections, don't know what is reflected here. And it also did a good job with the parallax, so it understands that the display is in another layer of the scene. So over here, you can see how it's moving in its own dimension. Yeah. Let's dig a bit deeper and see if we can improve the shots when we change the prompt after each try. And I did that with the next shot, which is a very simple screen replacement. So here's my version. And give it to AI with this prompt. I want to have the screen replaced, so I have these stickers on top of it for better tracking, and I want to have a certain text on the display and a specific font like LED matrix font. And yeah, the camera movement. So in that case, how the hand is moving with the camera. Okay, yeah, it did replace the screen. It did some text here, but also it didn't remove the sticker, so it doesn't know what is the screen it has to replace. But it did the camera movement quite good. So we have this push in into the object. And also you can see I have left that title card in the bottom left corner, and it can leave that on top of the moving object. So it did a good job there with the text replacement. So I'm improving the prompt and stating that I want the complete screen to be replaced and the stickers to be removed. Maybe that's better result there. And yeah, it still didn't remove the stickers, but it has a very good display. So the content of the display looks very good in that case. And another try, now I modified the image I uploaded and removed the stickers myself so that it can have a clean plate for doing its job. And I want to see some fingerprints on as surface imperfections on the screen. And it came up with this. So yeah, there is a fingerprint, not what I meant. But the second part here looks really good with the LED font. That's what I wanted to see. Still, the text is not what I meant. So it doesn't state the text I entered in the prompt. So I gave another prompt and removed that part with the fingerprints. Hopefully it shows me something good now. And it does, but still the content of the screen is not what I wanted. So I cannot do text very well, that's a known issue. And let's do one final shot. I had this same scene we had before, and I wanted to see it day for night. Here's my version of it. I've put a lot of work into that to create the room inside. You can see that it's there in the original plate. And let's give that into AI and see. Convert the scene day for night. Add an interior scene inside the building with a chandelier and lots of lights inside. Add a starlit sky behind the building, pan camera to the right and add handheld camera shake. Yeah, okay. Yeah, there was a camera moving from right to left. Not what I expected, not what I meant, but at least it is funny, yeah? That's not representative because it's just not the perfectly fitted toolset for this task. But I think the basic problem remains the same, missing control. In a traditional approach, I can tweak every single detail to perfection. And here I have only a text prompt that I can change and hope the best. The AI results we see all over the place are incredible, no doubt, but we don't know how much effort has been put into that and how many try and error is in there. And most importantly, we don't know how it was supposed to look like in the creator's head. So we cannot judge if it's good or bad based on that. It's like me playing dice and then rolling a straight, a full house, and a Yahtzee in a row. There are AI tools that work differently, that create intermediate results that then can be adjusted by humans. But video AI works differently. It's just digesting images that seem to match to what is required, and it skips a complete 3D rendering process. It's not deterministic. I can have a completely different output of it, even if I just want to reset the lighting in a scene. No wonder that this is a UI for traditional video editing, and this is a UI for AI. Back to the dice metaphor. It's like playing Yahtzee, but never putting the dice aside that you want to keep. Just rolling over and over with the full hand and hoping the best. That doesn't mean that we don't see stunning AI videos out there.
Only going to get better. Sorry.
We don't want to drive gas cars anymore.
Yeah, no more gas cars.
You can see I'm kind of a misfit here, but don't tell anyone.
I just think that it cannot be integrated into a professional workflow of movies where control is everything, where every single item you see on the screen, every single pixel, every ray of light is there intentionally, where every subtle sound that you barely hear is crafted by professionals to sound exactly like that. Prove me wrong. Write into the comments if I have a misunderstanding of the current state of the generative AI tools we have available. Yeah, so that's it for now. Hope you liked it, and yeah, hope you come back to my channel again. Thank you. Bye bye.